Buenas. My name is Diego, and this is the You Live Where show. I've been an expat for 10 years now, and it's been the best 10 years of my life. And along the way, I've come across a lot of people who are interested in what I'm doing or, are curious about my life or the people that live around me. So, the best way I know how to provide value for you at home is to just have conversations with people, genuine conversations with people who are expats, people who own homes overseas are people who've been on the road for a very long time. So this week we're talking to Willie. This guy's awesome. He's got a ton of information for us, and I hope you enjoy.
Willie, man. Hey, dude, such a pleasure to have you on my show. Thank you for taking your time to talk to us. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you
Awesome,
for
man.
having me.
Yeah. So, dude, give me a little bit about yourself. Where did it start and where are you now?
I guess the quick rundown is I was born in France. My parents moved to the US when I was 4. I grew up in Washington, D.C. And then since then, I've just bounced around a whole bunch. I lived in several different states in the US. And then I got my first time out was, let's see, I was mid 20s when I got an offer to build a distillery in an eco village in the jungles of Panama. So I lived there for 2 years.
That's
Uh,
awesome.
yeah, that was fun. And then after that, I went to New Zealand for a year on a working holiday visa. That was also a lot of fun.
Brilliant. New Zealand's amazing, I hear.
It is truly amazing. And then I got an offer to help open a distillery in South Korea. So I moved there for 3 years. That was quite the adventure. And then, yeah, now I live in Belize. Been here a year and a half, going strong. No plan of leaving anytime soon, at least. So there you go.
Wow, dude. So you've been all over, huh?
Yeah, I get itchy feet.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think there's a science behind it? Like, is there a system? Like you say, all right, I want to live in said place. I already know the steps that I need to go through to make this happen.
Not for me. No, for me, it's the total opposite. I
Mm.
get an offer and I've never been there before, and I'm like, sure, why not?
And you just
Um,
you just
I,
fly.
all of those places I moved to blind. I'd never been there before.
Okay.
Yeah, Panama, New Zealand, Korea, and Belize.
Out of
Just
any of those places, which would you say was the easiest to integrate into?
it's a really good question. Um, I, the thing is, it's not all the same parameter, right? Different
Okay.
stuff is easier for different reasons. Obviously, New Zealand, there's no language barrier. Although, if the accent's really thick, sometimes I'm like, I don't really know what you're saying. Um, but it's on the other side of the world. Um, so that's they have their own differences there. Korea by far is the steepest difference, simply
Okay.
because the most stark difference is Eastern culture versus Western culture. Not saying one is better than the other, but you notice the differences a lot. They
Sure.
go much deeper. Whereas New Zealand, Belize, and Panama are still like the West in a
Okay.
sense.
Okay.
Yeah. And then also the language barrier is harder in Korea than it is. I learned Spanish in Panama. I learned Korean in Korea, but that was much slower, much slower going because new alphabet, new grammar,
Sure.
entirely different structure of sentences. So it's definitely a lot more challenging, but it's still fun.
All right. Okay. And so out of all of these places you've chosen, I mean, you've been around the world now, you've seen some shit. Why Belize? How did that grab your soul?
Well, the place I was before this, I was in Raleigh, North Carolina for a little bit, running a distillery. And to any Raleigh listeners out there, I'm sorry, but I just did not like it. It was not my. It was not floating my boat. So I started looking for other opportunities, and I found this opportunity to be a head distiller in Belize and open one up, and I just pursued. Um, I interviewed and went through several levels of interviews, and they offered it to me, and that was it. So I wasn't active. I had to Google Belize. I'd heard of it. I didn't really know anything about it. So I was like,
So
what's
right now
Belize?
you're there for a job.
Yes, yes. I'm here for a job.
All right. Okay.
Um,
Okay.
and that's actually how I've been able to do all this traveling. I'm not wealthy by any means, but
Well, it seems like you have a really serious skill in the distillery business. I mean, you've ran and opened and operated 3 of these things from what I've heard thus far. I'm sure more, you know?
no, you're totally right. What I've done is I've worked on a skill set, and most of the world drinks. I don't think I'll ever find a job in the Middle East, but most of the world drinks, and there's a demand for it. It's a very specialized job, so anytime I see an opportunity for people looking for a distiller, I'm like, I'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I mean, I am here for a job. Technically it's a contract for 2 years, but when they hired me, they're like, we're just asking for the 2-year minimum, so our investment in you is worth it. But we're just hiring you, and if at the end of 2 years everything's good, please stay. So yeah, so it is about to be the end of my 2 years, but I'm definitely staying at least another year or two, because I really want to see this project through, and I'm enjoying Belize. Belize is fun. I'm having a good time.
Yeah. What part of Belize are you in? North, south, middle? Where are you at?
I'm in the middle, smack dab in the middle. I live in Belize City, which is pretty interesting because it's not where foreigners live.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know how much you know about Belize, but there are the Keys, the islands.
Okay.
And the coastal beachy area, and then also inland. There's mountains and jungle, and so there's a couple different setups. It's a really beautiful country. Most people live in the Keys, in the little peninsula down on the bottom on the beach called Placencia,
Okay.
or in the west, near the Guatemalan border, called Cayo. And that's where most foreigners settle.
Okay.
But again, I'm here for work. So the distillery is near the city. So and work set me up with the apartment. So yeah, but it's cool because it's right in the middle. The entire country is within a 3 hours travel. Whether
Do you get out? Do you get out and roam around and check shit out?
Oh yeah, every single weekend. This weekend I'm heading over to Cayo for a shindig. Most weekends I get out. I've been out to most of the Keys. I have tons of hiking to do, caving, lots of water sports. Yeah, there's lots to do, and I definitely I get very, very involved. I integrate all in.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, question. Give me a hidden gem, man, of everything that you've been around, you've done. Do you have like a restaurant? You have like a hidden gem you can hit me with, a place to go and check out?
Sure. Yeah. Well, Belize City is kind of its own hidden gem because people, when they get here, they just go straight to the touristy spots. But there's some great little restaurants here. One of my favorites is called Admiral's, and it's basically, so they've got like the tiny little municipal airport for getting around Belize, and right there on the airstrip, so you get to watch the planes come in and take off while you have your beer. And they love jalapeno poppers here, so you get your chicken stuffed jalapeno poppers and watch the planes come in and drink beer. Bird's Isle is really cool. It's like out on the way out on the edge in the water, looking out. You see all the boats coming and going.
Okay.
But really, I mean, if you want to go to the special spots, you go to the places like Placencia or the Keys, where they've got like really beautiful, nice restaurants. I'll tell you here, the food here, no matter where you go, the food is great. Even if it's not like a super fancy dish or anything like that, the food is fresh. And you can taste like it came from, importing here is stupid expensive. And they've got tons of fertile land here. So, the food came from the farm just down the road earlier that day, earlier that week. You could taste it. The seafood is so fresh and so good.
So you feel that it's definitely improved your life? It's definitely impacted you eating healthier and whatnot? It's improved your lifestyle?
For sure. I mean, I still have my rice and beans is kind of a staple here. I mean, like, that's not necessarily the healthiest for you, but it's fresh and it's good. And I get my variety. I love it. I think the food here definitely has made a big difference.
All right, word. So you've done this a couple times by now, man, but how does your move look like, dude? Do you put a whole bunch of shit in storage and then just take off with a couple of bags, or what does your move look like? Like when you went to Brazil, or when you went to Belize, or when you went to these places you go, what's your move look like?
Yeah. No, it's a nightmare. It's chaos every time. You'd think I'd get better at it. I've never learned my lesson once. It's always a thing. But I'm pretty scrappy, man. Yeah, I usually just pack a couple of suitcases and show up with what's on my back and kind of go from there. I came here with 2 suitcases, the maximum allowed, and my dog.
Okay.
Yeah. He's actually from Korea. Barley.
That's Marley.
Barley, as in
Barley,
whiskey and beer. Yeah.
Barley. Oh, that would make sense. Being, that makes sense for you.
He's my
Hey,
little
Barley.
adventure dog.
Look at him. And he's from Korea?
Yeah, but luckily
that's awesome.
He's right at the maximum size that's allowed under the seat.
So so he's been all over the world with you. That dog's traveled than a lot of people have.
It's a great country.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That dog's traveled than some people have, more than some people have. That's awesome. Barley, cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so I just show up with what I got. I don't have any home in the U.S.
Okay.
So I've got some of my stuff in one of my best friend's basement, and then the rest of my stuff in another best friend's basement. But I don't own that much. I've been moving like this my entire life. So
I'm seeing that because my next question was going to be, so your friends at home, friends and family, they're adjusted to this. They know about you just going and coming, and everybody's cool with everything.
100%. Every time I move somewhere, I don't have much family. But yeah, every time I tell someone I'm moving somewhere, they just roll their eyes like, oh, of course.
But again,
where is it this time? Yeah.
That's awesome though, man. That's a flex right there. That's pretty cool, man. All right, so what was a shock for you moving to Belize? What was a culture shock to you? Something that hit you differently?
That's a good question. Well, everyone knows everyone. It's a really small, it's a small country, but it's small in population. It's like 400,000. So
shit.
Yeah, it's like a small city in the U.S.
Wow, that's ridiculously small.
And that's the whole country, and everyone knows everyone, which is both cool and also scary. Like if you fuck up, everyone knows
the end of your reputation.
Like a high school, man. People chat here, and even Belizeans will joke about you got to be careful when you're dating. You need to let's say you meet a girl, you got to check with your family and be like, we're not related, are we? I just want to make sure, do we? And they'll know because everyone knows everyone. And it's funny, I've met some of the top elite people in Belize. This politician or the leader of the whatever. But it's not a big deal because it's just so small. You just bump into people, no matter
Everybody
what.
knows everybody. Yeah.
Everyone knows everyone. And when you meet people, they'll be like, oh yeah, you work with my cousin so-and-so. Or, oh yeah, I went to school with your friend that you went to it's just remarkable. And you can even I'll meet people and be like, oh yeah, I've heard of you. What?
That's awesome.
Yeah. No, it is really cool. And it fosters a really tight community.
I bet.
Yeah. And Belizeans are really proud and they love their country. They're super welcoming. This is actually the country where I felt the most welcome. And people, obviously, I don't want to, culturally appropriate, but I've never had so many people so quickly be like, "Oh, you're Belizean now. You're one of us." So it has the tightness, the smallness of the community has its positives and its negatives. But
I know
definitely that hit me hard moving here.
We call that here in Nicaragua. How's your Spanish? We call it Pueblo Chiquito, Infierno Grande.
Yeah.
That's what we call it here.
Tiny town, big inferno.
There you go. Everybody knows everybody, but it's got its pros and its cons. My kid goes around, she hangs out, everybody takes care of her. But at the same time, if I had a bad breakfast in the morning, everybody knows by 11 o'clock what I shit. You know what I mean? Everybody knows everything. You're right. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So getting into that, you said the Belizeans are very welcoming. How's your social life, man? What does that look like for you? Is it you going out, bars, hanging out? Is it meeting friends is easy? How's that work?
Yeah. Well, one thing that helps is I'm in the alcohol industry. I kind of, you kind of barge in on a social scene when you're in the alcohol industry.
Okay.
But no, it's actually been pretty good. So I've made some really good friends here already. I'm a pretty sociable guy
Okay.
as well. But yeah, I go out. Like I said, I also go out of my way to integrate myself. I've signed up for the gym here. I do jujitsu. I do running. So I've got my running friend. I've got like different groups of friends. I've got work friends, drinking buddies. Just last night I went to the local brewery. They had this big event, and hung out there. And of course, because of the smallness of the country, you'd go around shaking hands with everyone and saying hi and everything, recognizing everybody. Yeah, I get out there. People are pretty welcoming. It can be a little tough sometimes. It's very slow here, very chill, which is good. But sometimes it can get a little lonely, especially during the week. The city is very quiet. It's really sort of Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
Stuff goes on. So, but yeah, no, I've been able to make some really good friends here.
And
like
they
I
speak
said,
English in Belize, right?
yeah. Everyone speaks English.
So the language is not an issue for you. You're smooth sailing.
Yeah. Well, actually, language. There is an interesting language to take. First of all, Belize is like weirdly super diverse.
Okay.
Yeah. There's English, Spanish, Creole, Mayan, several kinds of Mayan, German, and Chinese are all big languages here. White, black, brown, yellow, green, blue, purple, everyone. There's every kind of person.
That's pretty cool,
So
though, for a small country like that. That's pretty
really
cool.
There's a lot of different base cultures here. There's mestizo, Mayan, African, Indian, German, Chinese. Yeah, so it's a really diverse country. But pretty much everyone speaks English. A lot of, but the other one is Creole, which is in English Creole. It's
No, I know Creole. That's crazy. That's a hard tongue.
It is, and what's interesting is I actually find it harder to learn than Spanish or even Korean, because at least those are separate languages with rules that I can study. Creole doesn't really have rules, but you can still get it wrong. And if I try to speak Spanish and I get it wrong, it's okay. I don't speak the language. Everyone's like, that's fine. But if I try to speak Creole and I get it wrong, it might sound offensive. Like, oh, who's this guy coming in here speaking broken English, thinking he sounds like that's what Creole sounds like. It's close enough that when it's wrong, I don't want to sound like I'm mocking,
Okay, I can see that. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So I'm still working on it. And I try, and they love it. I'll like order a beer in Creole, or I know a couple expressions and jokes and stuff, and they love it. So I'm working on it, but it's tougher than I think it's tougher. And there's no Duolingo for Creole, so I just got to do it.
All right. So, what have you learned about your local culture that outsiders just don't get it yet? They don't see.
I gotta plug you in. Sorry.
No worry.
Here in Belize, what have I learned? I think, well, one thing is people, this might even be more specific to the city, but I know some people think that Belize is dangerous, or like Belize City is dangerous.
Okay.
I don't think it is at all. It is a very poor country. So maybe going through the city or going to some places, I know for tourists, it can be a bit jarring seeing like the conditions of the road and, rusty corrugated steel huts, things like that. If one's not used to that, it might seem a little rough around the edges, and come off as a little scary. And also it being next to Mexico, where, I love Mexico. It's one of my favorite places I've ever been, but there's definitely, you got to think about cartel presence, right? And gang stuff, because that is definitely a thing there. But it's not really a thing in Belize. It exists, but I feel so safe here.
Okay. Wow. Good.
Yeah,
That's good to hear, man. That's a great thing to hear.
I feel a lot safer here than I did in Raleigh.
Oh, dude, yeah, America's a fucking
Terrified
shit
of
show.
Raleigh. Yeah,
The whole country's a shit show right now.
yeah, it's
Uh,
oh man, yeah, today of all days too. What so weird. I'm so grateful to be here because
yeah,
of all
that's
the shit
awesome.
that's going on.
That's awesome.
That's part of the reason why I have no plan on leaving anytime soon because you
The
guys
world
deal
is
with that
crazy
all
right now. Yeah, the
the
world
time.
is kind of crazy right now, man.
Yeah.
So give me what a typical day looks like, man.
Well, Monday through Friday, I work my butt off. The distillery I'm opening is quite big in scale,
Okay.
and it's for a big company. So, and I'm running the whole thing and also making it, doing it. Yeah. So it's work is pretty serious when I'm there. Typical hours of 8 to 5, but I don't leave if the job isn't done. So it'll usually go over. And then in the evenings, I'll maybe go for a run or do CrossFit or jujitsu or something like that. Get my sweat on, and then make myself dinner, play with the dog, get ready for the next day. And then typically Thursdays, when people start going out, it's actually a big deal in the city. They do Thirsty Thursdays.
Okay. Thirsty
Yeah,
Thursday. That's awesome.
so I'm usually hungover on Friday, and then Friday there's something going on, and then Saturday I usually adventure out to somewhere else in the country.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've gotten really involved with some cool stuff and cool people. I have friends who have boats, so I'll take me out on their boat, or there's some launch party for something, get to be involved with that, or just a nature hike.
Okay.
Nature is really beautiful. Yeah. So so there's always something going on.
Okay. So you're working there, man. How would you describe Belize's work culture compared to like America? Like how's the vibe? Was it difficult for you to get into the mix, or tell me the vibe, man. Give me some differences between what it is in Belize and America. The work
Well,
culture.
I'll tell you, it's definitely a really unique setup here because I'm actually I'm opening the distillery for the biggest company in the country. And anyone who's listening to this who knows Belize would know this company right away. It's called Bowen & Bowen. So it's corporate. And I've actually never worked a corporate job before.
Okay.
But it's also third world country. By the way, I know some people don't like that term. I don't really either, but this is how Belizeans describe their country. They say,
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Man, we're a third world country. I'm like, okay, yeah. So I'm quoting Belizeans here. But so it's like third world country, corporate life. It's also, Belize is that, again, more mix of cultures. It's very Caribbean and very Latin. So you have sort of a mixture there. So it's very chill. And sometimes when I want to get stuff done, it's a little too chill. Like,
okay.
I know we got the island vibes going on, but I'm trying to get the job done. That could be a little tough sometimes. But they're pretty, like I said, they're super welcoming. So I don't know who to reach out to get this piece of equipment. People are pretty accommodating with like, oh, maybe send this guy an email or try and do this. Resources are really tough here. So one of my only things that I struggle with in Belize is that their duties on importing anything are outrageous. Anything. So if I want to import something, by the end of the day,
like Amazon, we're talking Amazon or something silly like that, right? Anything.
Literally something huge, a car, a shipping container, down to I don't know, some sunscreen, right?
I'm with you. All right.
If you import it, the duties can run just so crazy high. So like if I need equipment for work, the cost by the time it gets to me is more than 3 to 4 times of what it originally costs. Yeah, and in some cases even worse. I'll give you a specific example in a second, but and then also it takes weeks or months to get here because first it has to be shipped to the border, and then the border agents have to inspect it, and sometimes there's a line for stuff. And so then they're not going to get to it for another couple of weeks. And then once they inspect it, if they don't know what it is, like distilling equipment, for example, they'll be like, I don't know. And then they hold on to it for longer. And then, so it's just, it's just crazy. Here's an example of the import thing. So one of my best friends here, he got into a little dinger with his car,
Okay.
and it was not his fault. So he busted his headlight, and so now he's driving around with a broken headlight, and he does not make much money. He found a new pair of headlights online it was like $110.
Okay.
Which is pretty good, actually. I was impressed that he found. I was like, yeah. By the time he ordered it, or if he were to order it, by the time it would get to him, it would cost over $800 because he has to pay for several different shipping companies, the import duties for a new thing coming in, all this stuff, right? And I mean, to me, that's just you're hurting your own citizens there by doing that, because now my friend either has to buy the headlights and then he misses rent for a month, or like has to skip a bunch of meals, or he doesn't buy the headlight and he drives around with one headlight out, a dangerous broken car, right?
All right.
And so that's a big challenge.
That's tough.
I have a motorcycle I really wanted to bring down, but by the time I would have gotten it here, even if I rode it down, it would cost more than double the cost of the motorcycle itself. So,
are you riding now?
Yes.
Did you buy something?
I've been saving up, and I got myself a 1987 Honda Transalp. It's like a vintage adventure bike. I love it.
Check you out. Oh wow! All right, I know what bike you're talking about. That's crazy. That's awesome. I'm on some Chinese piece of shit.
Yeah, everywhere. Milan,
dude. But I'll tell you what, man, they run, dude. For the price you pay for it, man. I bought a bike for $2,000. A fucking Honda would have cost me like $8,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I could go 4 of them, destroy 4 of them before I could buy it. You know what I'm saying?
And the parts are everywhere, and everyone knows how to fix them.
Yeah, that's true.
If it breaks down, you can get some.
Dude, it's you know, it is what it is. The Chinese are coming, man. It is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, dude, it is what it is. So what is it that is there anything that you miss from the States? Is there anything that you?
Yeah. I would say my number one thing is live music. Surprisingly, there's not much live music here. They don't really do concerts that much. They did like a little bit. There's a couple local Belizean artists, but really it's mostly DJs.
Okay.
There's some live music here, but no like real bands come through here at all. They're not part of any tour. I love music. I play music every day. I guitar and bass, and I'll do anything for a live show. I found a couple little scenes here, but it's just nothing compared to anywhere else that I've lived. You know, even Panama, there was more live music than here. So I really miss going out to shows and seeing live music.
That's funny, man. When anybody asks me if there's anything that I miss, I say 3 things: my mother, my bike, and the live music.
Yeah.
We don't really get anything here. I mean, if I wanted to see some shows, I could go to Costa Rica, but that's 4 hours from here to the border. From the border to San Jose, it's a 10-hour thing just to go see a band. So
yeah, I could go to Mexico and do the same.
Yeah, there you go, Mexico. I'd imagine they have a good touring thing, right?
For sure.
But yeah, I'm the same as you, man. I'm floating water here. There's not really.
I know. I don't understand how people function without daily dose of tunes, but you know, so that's probably the number one thing I miss. Also, there's some adventure sports that I love in particular that aren't really available here. I'm a big time skydiver, and there's no skydiving here.
Really?
So yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I love
You're
rock
a big time
climbing.
skydiver. That might be your market, man. That's the change of your whole fucking life right there.
Hey, it's crossed my mind.
I'm saying, dude, put a plane in the water, one of those, like, you know, on the water plane, go up.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, to jump out over the blue hole, man, that shit's got to be epic. Even if you saw it in the distance, you know what I mean?
They used to do that once every 2 years. A group of skydivers would go do it, but then COVID killed it, and it was super expensive. But I think there's a market for it. So, well, now that I've just said this on the public platform, I'm going to lose.
Tomorrow, some guys out there setting it up.
Damn it, I knew it.
And you mentioned jiu-jitsu. You have there's facilities. There's people who train there.
Yeah, but it's very kind of new to the scene. They've only just everything is kind of very nascent here in a sense.
Okay.
But they built up a really cool little scene. So there's one gym on one of the islands, and then there's one gym here in the city, and then there's one out in Cayo, which I told you about. And apparently they're all kind of stemmed from one guy who got super into it a couple decades ago.
It's usually how it's done.
Yeah, right. Exactly. One pioneer. So Belize, let's see, they do cycling, sailing, and soccer are some of their main sports. Actually,
Okay.
the number one, we mentioned this on the phone, the number one sporting event in Belize is actually a 4-day canoe race through the whole country called Ruta Maya.
La Ruta Maya. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. So that's what I was, that's what I've been training for. I'm going to do it next year. I'm super stoked.
So it's a canoe thing?
It's a canoe thing with your wooden canoes, and you've got your paddles.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah. And so
Bro, I'm gonna hit you up in a year and ask how that went.
Yeah, absolutely. Follow it on ESPN 8 The Ocho.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, and then they have a big bike race as well, which is across the country. So they've got some stuff, but it's not a super sporty country. But they're really not super into sports in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
Island life chilling.
Island life chilling, man.
Island life.
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not complaining. I love it.
No, I hear you. What's been the hardest thing for you, man, about being in Belize outside of the music?
I don't know. This is not a Belize thing. This is just a living international thing, but missing out on stuff going on back home. Like I missed 2 friends' weddings that I would have really liked to have gone to, but just with cost and timing with work and all that stuff, it's just very tough. My mom died, and she died before I could get home. So, it's just one of those things like when you're there, they're just sacrifices you got to make when you live far away, and it is what it is. I know that moving here, that was actually hardest in New Zealand because it's so far away, right? Or Korea, for example.
You're across the world.
One of my best friends in the world died in a base jumping accident, and I missed his funeral because it was during COVID, and I lived in Korea. And I'll never forget that. That's something that will stay. And I know it's not my fault, and I know he would have understood, but it's still something that always just rubs me the wrong way, no matter what. It is what it is, but it's a tough part about being abroad. But otherwise, I mean, the 3 things that I kind of struggle with Belize, just to simple it down a bit, is live music. The pet scene is not very good. There are people here who love and spoil their pets, but for the most part, they really don't treat their animals well. Dogs and cats, yeah. And I love my dog. I'm obsessed with my dog.
I can see that. He's cool though. He's got a cool dog. Yeah.
Yeah,
Barley's
yeah,
awesome. Barley's awesome. Yeah.
He comes on a motorcycle with me. He's got a little backpack and goggles.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And the paddle board with me, and he does all sorts of stuff. So, and then the import duties. So if there's anything I want that's not available in Belize, it's just so hard to get.
Okay.
Or expensive, just super, super expensive. I need a part for my Honda right now, and it's taking months to get here.
Well, yeah, but bro, you're on a fucking vintage bike. Anywhere you are.
I know.
It's pain in the ass. Yeah, come on now.
I should have gone with the cheap Chinese piece of shit.
Yeah, the cheap Chinese
all the parts
piece
are
of
everywhere. I could have built one at this point. So yeah, that's usually when people ask me like, what's the hard part? It's live music, pet, and import duties.
Okay.
But other than that, man, I got everything I need. The food's good. The people are kind. The country's beautiful. I'm safe.
Right.
Happy,
All right. So I got a question for you. If you can go back to you prior to your move here, and you could kind of give yourself a hint, you would teach yourself something. What would that be? What would you tell yourself?
Damn, that's a good question. I don't know. One piece of advice that I got from a lot of Belizeans when I moved here, I seriously had like 15, 20 different people who say like, hey, welcome to Belize. We're really happy that you're here. But one piece of advice we have for you is take it slow, because this is kind of like a little bit Wild West out here. There aren't really that many rules. You know, you can kind of, and I know it's going to sound one way coming from a foreigner white guy, but this is kind of just the case across the board, is that you kind of do a lot of what you want here. The people kind of just leave you alone. You do your own thing. The only real consequences are, you know, more of the community. Everyone talks about you thing. And I'm not worried. I'm not worried about that at all. But like, apparently a lot of people move here and they just go all in with the drinking and partying and, you know, dating.
The freedom eats them up.
The free, yeah, just like, oh, you know, chill, laid back island life and no rules. I can do what I want. And apparently it can sometimes come and bite them in the ass. And so when I had a whole bunch of different Belizeans give this to me as their unsolicited advice, it's not about anything I was doing. They were just saying, hey, you're a new guy here. We're just letting you know, take it
slow down.
And I listened and I took it slow. And I think it really did help, because I've seen what they were talking about now. And I can also see how like it's easy to just sort of get swept up in the sexiness of Caribbean Latin island life. And, you know, you can, I can see it if you're not diligent. I can see it getting away from you. I think I just kind of dodged your question.
No, dude, that was awesome. That was great. This is what I'm looking for. It's gonna hit with another question in a little bit. It'll probably be the same answer, but whatever. Tell me about the healthcare, man. Is that something you have to deal with yet, or because of your job, it's taken care of?
Yeah, they cover my. I'm insured.
Okay,
but I haven't had any issues so far.
Anything that you had to check in with the doctors over? Nothing yet.
Nope. Chip shape.
That's good. All right, last thing. Somebody comes to you and they say, hey, Willie, man, look, I'm thinking about moving to Belize. What's the advice you'd give them? Take it slow.
I would say absolutely. I'm actually trying to get all my homies to come down. I'm like, come on, move here. Come be my neighbor. But actually, I did. We had a job opening at one point that I tried to get one of my friends to do. And I had the third world country talk. Like, listen, Belize is great, but you're not going to have access. Like, I don't even have an Amazon account. I just go to brick and mortar, and if I don't have access to something, I just don't have access to it. It's fine. But I know some people need that kind of connection. So I was like, just be aware, you know, you can't just order something on a whim and expect it on your doorstep the next morning. It's just not how it works, right? Yeah. You need something. You either have to find it via Facebook Marketplace used in Belize. Right. You need to go to Mexico because there's no Walmart here. There's no Starbucks here. There's no McDonald's. There's no brand names. There's no nothing.
That's pretty fucking cool, though.
I love that.
It's got pros and cons. I can see what you're saying, but that is pretty fucking cool.
It's a plus, but for a lot of people, they need.
That's like lost.
It's a loss, right? Exactly.
Yeah, lost. Yes, I get it.
And so, if you don't have that connection, for some people, that's a deal breaker. Yeah. So I'm really clear about that. I'm like, listen, you have to understand. You want a very specific thing. It's not going to go down how you expect it to go down. But I mean, yeah, a lot of people go to Mexico. They'll go to the Mexican Walmart, do their shopping, and then drive back. And then what's so funny that they have to like smuggle it in just because of the import duties. They're not even buying.
There we go. Yeah.
Like getting supplies for home, and they're like worried the car's going to be inspected not for drugs or smuggling.
For the Windex.
Yeah. Oh, you're smuggling in this Windex. No, I'm going to have to charge you for this. That'll be $100. What? Oh man, I know. You can't even bring in tequila.
That's crazy.
And they don't make. Here's the thing. Okay, I'm going to give you another example. Man, you can tell this really bothers me. My sister's boyfriend sent me a T-shirt from his college, Penn State, for my birthday. It's very sweet of him. I didn't ask for it. He's the first and only person to send me anything. I thought it was like really very nice of him to do.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I don't even really have like a mailbox or like a sort of formal address. So it goes to the local post office and they let me know, hey, we have a package for you. So I go. First of all, the guy there opens the package to inspect it, which from a U.S. perspective, that's like super illegal, right?
Wait,
like,
what? Yeah, what are you doing?
Like, this is how we do it here. So he looks at it and goes, Penn State fan, huh? I was like, no, I don't know. I don't even know what this is.
All right.
And he said, he has this thing and he looks at the value is written there. And he goes, cool, that'll be $25. It's a $14 t-shirt. It'll be $25 to receive it. And I was like, my dude, are you kidding me?
Dude,
almost double the price of this t-shirt that I don't want, that I didn't order. And I was like, what if I don't pay it? And he's like, then I keep it. Like,
I got a new shirt for the Penn State. Yeah.
I know. And here's my point, dude, is if it were a competing industry with a Belizean product, I would understand.
Right.
But no one here is making Penn State t-shirts.
Yeah.
Belize is not losing out by me receiving a t-shirt that was sent. Oh,
yeah.
I paid it because I felt bad and I wanted to be nice to the guy.
Yeah, of course. Homie sent you the shirt. He took the time.
He sent me the shirt. I was, fine. And I paid it. And I was so glad. I got in my car, like threw it on the floor. I was like, stupid shirt. I'm sorry. I don't mean that.
Oh man, how's driving in Belize?
It's sketchy.
It's sketchy.
Yeah, and they got speed bumps everywhere, and the roads are not. They're actually doing better. They're fixing up roads, but most of the roads are pretty rough condition. I have a truck 4x4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you need a truck? Do you need a truck in Belize?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. You can get by without one, but you're going to be a lot more limited.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Same thing here.
Yeah. Truck is the way to go. You can buy a driver's license here.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's not because people here will buy them. No test, lesson, no learning. I mean, you literally walk in and you say, I would like a driver's license, please. And then you choop. And again, I'm not talking shit. These are Belizeans. I've had Belizeans tell me straight to my face. I've never heard this from anywhere else in the country. They'll tell me straight to their face, I'm a bad driver. That's them speaking. I know what people are so like open about. Yeah, no, I'm not a good driver. I've never learned.
Jump in, let's go. I'll give you a ride.
Yeah. And so like my friend will be driving me and be like, yeah, man, I'm a super bad driver. And I'll be like there next to him like
white knuckle in the chair.
Yeah. That's okay. But luckily, I mean, there's no real highways. You can't even get up to a super fast speed.
Okay.
One thing that's sketchy though, like I said, there's no rules. There's no drinking and driving rules. So people here, there's
drink and drive
late at night on a Saturday. You don't want to be out on the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
So it's you want to. There's certain things at that point you want to think about. But
see, that's an insider tip right there, man. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Sure. It's something to be aware of.
Okay. So question, when this job is over, man, are you going to stay? Are you going to, you staying in Belize or what are you thinking?
Well,
until the next job comes, what's the plan?
Yeah. As of now, I think I'm going to stick with this for a while. It's not going to be over because I'm opening the distillery and I'm running it.
Oh, okay.
So even once the distillery's open and we're launching like in the next month or two, I'm very excited and very nervous. But once we launch, I still got to run the place. So
okay.
Yeah. So
you're also doing operations, not just the project.
100%.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm going to stick with it. I'm getting at the age, I'm in my mid 30s now. I still am restless and got itchy feet, but it's just becoming less practical to do what I've been doing for so long to like keep bouncing around. But that being said, I'm just a yes man. And if an opportunity pops up,
that's awesome.
I chomp on that bit, I don't know. We'll see.
That's awesome. Do you want to give me a plug, man? Is there anything you want to plug? Do you want to plug your new business that's about to open?
Yeah, if I'm allowed to.
Bro, listen, give me the plug, and then at the end of the thing, I want you to send me over all your information so I can put your information in the comment section. People can reach out and get to you if they want to check out your brewery. And is that cool?
Yeah, sure. It's cool to
Yeah.
me.
So yeah, go ahead, man. Give me a plug. Tell me what's up.
Okay, so what we're gonna do two different brands out of one distillery. So right now, what we're launching is going to be called Bakehouse. Um, oh, there's some cool stories to it, but Bakehouse Distillery is going to make. We've already got a whole bunch of stuff planned out. So we're going to launch with a white rum, a gin, and a vodka, and then we got a bunch of other rums coming down the road. Gold rum, barley, no, gold rum, couple spiced rums, coconut rum. So we got a bunch of plans there. And then later on down the road, because we're aging stuff, we're going to do a second brand, Wamill, which will be like super duper ultra premium fancy pants.
Okay.
So Bakehouse is what we're calling affordable premium. So kind of middle of the road. It's not well, but it's also not like out of touch top shelf either.
Okay.
So Bakehouse will be cane rum, Bakehouse vodka, and Three Fingers gin. All that out of Bakehouse Distillery. And then down the road will be Wamill, Woodcutter's rum, and Glover's gin. And then I've got ideas for days after that as well. So if this project pans out, I'm going to be here for a while because it's going to be there's so much to make and so much to do. And like I said, Belize is so fertile. Central America.
Okay.
That little isthmus between North and South America is so rich and fruitful because, geologically, it's the cross point between these two massive continents. That was one of my favorite things about Panama. It's one of the most biologically diverse places in the world.
Yeah, I'm in Nicaragua, man. I'm right smack ass in the middle of that.
Exactly. It's where
all
North
volcanic soil. Yeah, it's volcanic soil. It's
same thing with Panama. Same thing with Belize, Costa Rica.
All of us, yeah.
All of it, man. This place is so rich, and there's so much you can do and play with. So I've got ideas for days, and
that's awesome.
If it goes
man.
well, I'm gonna be cranking out product for a long time, hopefully.
Cool, yeah, man. So just give me the contact information or whatever you want me to hand. I'll put it in the comments so people could hopefully buy your product, man. I hope I could help out.
Yeah, that'd be great. Okay, sounds good.
All right. So Willie, man, dude, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure talking to you, bro. I'm feeling the positivity. You live a wild life, man. Really, you're a fortunate dude. You're an inspiration, man, and thank you for taking your time to talk to me, bro.
Yeah, man, absolutely. It was a pleasure. It was good chatting with you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Willie, wow, man. Thank you so much, dude. That was awesome. Great information. I really appreciate you. I wish you nothing but good vibes, man. To my viewer at home, if you have any questions for my future guests, just put them in the comments section. Give me a like and subscribe. Thank you. Hope to see you in 2 weeks.